Can he come in person to pick it up?
No.
Why not?
House arrest.
Then why is he gonna get a car? He can't leave the house.
I have over $35,000 of credit card debt.
I filed for bankruptcy yesterday. It's not funny.
All right, we're going to start this one off with a guy on house arrest trying to buy a car. Then we're going to jump into some credit card debt and even a bankruptcy. As always, great examples of what not to do.
Interested in one of our cars. He wants to do zero cash down. Just got out of prison. He's trying to get back into real life. See if we can help him out.
Does he have any credit before he was in prison? It's not gonna pull anything if it was 12 years. His first time buying a
He
car?
said it's his first time buying a car.
Okay, most likely gonna need some money down. He doesn't have any money down at all?
He's trying to do zero. He doesn't really want to invest too much if he doesn't have to.
Okay, 2018 Honda Accord. I think this one has low miles too, huh? Very nice car. This one has 119,000 miles.
That's low though for a 2018.
I have one that's a 2017. That's 27,000 miles.
Oh wow.
It's gonna be more expensive though, but it's barely been driven. Unheard of.
Zero down. He doesn't want to invest much. That means he doesn't have any money. Interesting that they chose the word invest. A down payment is not an investment. It doesn't earn returns, it doesn't grow, and it doesn't create income. What it actually does is reduce risk.
For a Honda.
That's crazy.
Zero down. Let's get him approved. What does he do for a living?
He works for the Coca-Cola company.
That's great to see, bro. We could get him approved, but the problem is right now, the zero down is hurting him. Get him into a car for now, and then in 2 or 3 years, if he wants to get into something he likes, he has established credit, he can get whatever he wants. He can get approved.
Okay, let me get him on the phone.
Can he come in person to pick it up?
No.
Why not?
House arrest.
Then why is he gonna get a car? He can't leave the house.
If it gets delivered to him, then he has a reason to be able to drive to work and they take off his house arrest. That's why he wants to do zero cash down and the delivery to him.
Does he have a bank account?
Yeah, he does.
Has he had a bank account for how long?
It hasn't been long.
And monthly payment wise, does he understand it's gonna be
600.
Okay. Worst case, we go with someone else, but have him link.
Okay, I got it.
So this guy is going to end up paying $600 a month for the car payment alone, just to drive to work. No credit history, no money down, which is going to mean high interest. And he'll barely be driving that car because he's not allowed to go anywhere. This would be the perfect time to find a very cheap car that can safely make it down the road. You're only going from home to work and back. He should have no payment, no interest, and take this as a chance to save as much as possible, because he can't go out and spend the money anyway.
You said a 2016 X5, right?
Silver one, I think.
Fortunately, you missed it by 1 day. We just got a deposit on that car yesterday.
Oh, damn.
I do have another one. It's a 2016, same kilometers. It's white on black. Price-wise, it's $1,000 cheaper, and the car is in like absolutely immaculate condition.
When it comes to financing, what would be the max term I can go on the car?
How's your credit?
My dad will be the one who's doing the financing.
Okay.
His credit's it's really good. He's never had an issue with anything.
On that year, by all major banks, would be like 48 months. We can even do no payments for 6 months. So you can buy the car, and then your first payment will be in 6 months from today.
If you need 6 months before making the first payment, you can't afford the car. This only fools people into thinking the car is more affordable. The interest starts immediately, your loan balance is growing over those 6 months, and you won't even be paying a single dollar. It's exactly what you don't want to do.
So how does that work then?
Well, you buy the car, your payment will only start in half a year.
Oh, so for basically 6 months I'm driving the car for free?
Well, so you're paying pretty much interest, but they won't charge you. They'll add it to the total amount.
And then after 6 months, will they take just whatever the monthly is?
Exactly, yeah. So guys, if you're looking to purchase the car, you want a nice car for the summer, but you're tight on a budget, have a program where you can purchase the car today and start paying within 6 months. So your first payment will only come out 6 months later. You buy the car in May, your first payment will come out in November. So imagine all that money you can spend on all the parties through the summer, and your first payment will only be in November.
Spend that extra money on parties. This reminded me of a lender from when I was younger. They would call usually around long weekends or holidays. They would tell me they could refinance my loan, cut me a check for the long weekend so I could go out and enjoy myself. Have a good time. Of course, it was the highest interest rate they could charge.
I have over $35,000 of credit card debt. And I am giving myself 365 days to pay it off. Now, I am a single parent to one daughter. She will be 7 in a few weeks. So I already have certain plans and certain things in place that I'm not going to go back on financially. With that being said, this did not happen overnight. This happened as an accumulation, and it is my goal to pay it off by the end of next year. So come along with me. I am not sure exactly within my budget what the engagement micropayments will look like, but thank you for whoever sticks along for the journey. And today's question is going to be, with Christmas wrapping up, What is your favorite holiday?
Another micropayments clip. This woman is planning to pay off $35,000 in 1 year. That would be extremely difficult for anyone. We don't know her income. I hope it's a lot. Because without interest, that's around $95 a day. And she still has to live, still pay for that kid. Having a goal to pay off your debt is great, but it should be realistic. And I would bet she hasn't done the math on this.
All right, here's my hot take for the day. Having debt does not make you irresponsible. It makes you human. Because let me tell you, we've all been in debt at one point in our lives. And if you haven't, so happy for you, but that is not us, okay? You're not a failure because you have debt. You're not lazy. You're not stupid. You're not doomed. You're just someone who's been surviving. And now you're trying to do better. And there's no need to feel shame in that because, listen, like I said, we've all been there. And there's no point in feeling down about yourself when you're trying. And I think there's a difference between you're being really irresponsible, you're in a lot of debt and you're not trying. There's a difference between, okay, now I'm going to try to get myself out of this debt versus I'm going to keep digging myself into the same hole and never continue and just live like that.
That is an interesting way to look at it. When I had debt, it was because I was stupid and irresponsible with money. Looking back, yes, I would consider myself a failure at the time. That might not be the case for everyone, but for myself, it was.
There's a big difference, okay? We're not talking about that. We're talking about, okay, we got in debt and now we're trying to get ourselves out of it and stay out of debt. I think budgeting isn't a punishment for past mistakes. It's a plan for your future and to do better for yourself and for your future. And honestly, the biggest thing is your worth is not tied to your credit score at all. If you needed this as a reminder, you are not alone. And let's normalize healing our money habits and not hating ourselves for them because there's nothing we can do about what we did in the past. All we can look forward to is what we can do in the future. Good luck. You're doing amazing.
Budgeting is a punishment for past mistakes. That's a new one. With budgeting, you know you're going to run out of money before it happens. There's fewer surprises, less stress, and fewer panic decisions. Seeing budgeting as negative means you only look at the limits, not the information, and how positively it's affecting you.
I filed for bankruptcy yesterday. It's not funny. It's kind of funny. In all honesty, I've never felt such a relief off of my shoulders in my life. This is going to be the dumb girl's guide to filing for bankruptcy. First things first, what I did to find out if I should file for bankruptcy was to see actually how much money I am losing every month. My necessary bills, I wrote everything down.
It's not surprising she didn't have all this written down before. She had no idea what she was spending every month. No budget means no plan, and it's almost always going to end badly. With her laughing about this, I'm guessing she didn't learn anything.
My necessary bills, rent $1,600, Cox, which is our Wi-Fi, $60, APS, which is my internet, $150 to $200, the IRS, which is $100, T-Mobile, which is my phone bill, $120. Altogether, that is $2,080 in necessary bills, plus $415 for my car every month. Every month, I receive $3,766 a month. That is after taxes. I don't have health insurance. So that is my net income. So that leaves me with $1,271 every single month. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, I would say. Except I also paid $2,165.73 in minimum payments on my debts as well.
$2,000 a month in minimum payments. It's almost the same as their living expenses. That's not just a bit of debt. That's a long list of horrible decisions, over and over again without any thought of the future. Getting that amount just in minimum payments didn't happen by accident.
So every month I was negative $894. I also did not include in there that I have to pay for gas and groceries. And also if I ever need clothes or anything for Damon or Stormy. So minimum payments, I was negative $894. Yeah, how was I surviving? Well, you see, I was surviving off of paying things that I could with my credit card. So I was paying for my Cox, my APS, my IRS, and my T-Mobile on credit cards. And then obviously food and gas and everything like that. I also have 4 unnecessary payments every month, which is Hulu, Apple Music, Apple Storage, and Peacock. I just got rid of Hulu because usually if I say that I'm going to get rid of them, then they'll give me a lower price than they didn't this time. So I just got rid of them.
She didn't include gas or groceries in her budget, and that's likely part of the problem. A budget needs to include everything you spend on. How can you get ahead if you don't even know how to do a budget? I would love to know how much thought was put into increasing her income, taking on a second job to pay down that debt.
But then I also did that with Peacock, and now I only pay $199 a month. But I cannot get rid of Apple Music or Apple Storage. I just keep too many photos and things on my phone that I need for work. So I need to have that Apple storage. I pay for 2 terabytes and I use literally 1 terabyte of it. And I personally like Apple Music because I can listen to whatever music I want anytime I want without having it to be downloaded on my phone and using more storage. So when I started doing all of this, I was already seeing stuff on TikTok that was like, oh, bankruptcy isn't that bad, blah, blah, all this stuff. And I was like, I really can't do bankruptcy. And people were telling me on here that I should do bankruptcy because I was doing a little thing that was like, how do I budget my paycheck as a 28-year-old girly that's $67,000 in credit card debt?
All these people are getting their financial advice from TikTok, from spending their money to fixing their debt. And it's the absolute worst place you could get it. It's not surprising so many of them are in debt. Not only that, but they laugh about it because there's always people there telling you it's okay, it's not so bad. Or don't worry, you can just file for bankruptcy.
And y'all were telling me you should file for bankruptcy. And I was like, girl, I cannot file for bankruptcy because I cannot lose my car. Little did I know, you can keep your car. Who would have thought? I also went through all of my debts and wrote down how much the minimum payment is for all of them and how much I owe on all of them as well. And the worst part is that I have 17 cards and 7 of them don't even have a balance on them.
So instead of getting a second job, paying back that money she borrowed, the answer is to file for bankruptcy because she could keep the car. I doubt much thought was put into that decision. I doubt she looked into how this is going to affect her finances in the future. And I doubt she'll make any real changes to her spending because this is the easy option. It required no work, no planning, no sacrifice. If you want to see more, you know what to do. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.